Picture a quiet Sunday. Phone on airplane mode. No, what are we? Texts. No Aunt Susan cornering you about a +1. Selfish? Maybe. Delicious? Absolutely. Carl Jung would call that moment the opening line of the greatest story. Most people never read the love story you have with yourself. Stick around. In the next few minutes, you'll see why choosing solitude can flip your life from background noise into high-def, surround sound growth. We all get handed the same life template: school, job, spouse, sofa, ring, repeat. Coupledom gets billed as the headliner. Singledom is supposedly the intermission. Jung tosses that script out the window. For him, the curtains only rise after the crowd goes home. Alone is where the psyche clears its throat, the masks slip, and you finally meet the person who's been living under all those shoulds. Today, we're walking through 5 Jungian reasons to stay single. No PhD-level jargon, no bumper sticker self-love cliches, just straight-up psychology you can use before bedtime. Section 1. Individuation, becoming the real you. Jung's MVP concept is individuation, turning the jigsaw puzzle of your psyche into a coherent picture. Here is the kicker. You can't finish the puzzle while you constantly borrowing someone else's pieces. In a relationship, we slide into roles: the rock, the funny one, the planner, the glue. Handy, sure, but each label slaps another coat of paint over who you might become. When you're single, no one's waiting for you to be the reliable brunch date or the chill game night partner. You're stuck with the raw, itchy question: who am I when nobody needs me? Terrifying and the starter pistol for individuation. Patients Jung worked with made faster progress when they stepped away from habitual roles. The psyche needs a vacuum. Solitude brings the Hoover. Suddenly, you spot which opinions are actually yours, which goals make you lean forward, which memories keep knocking. Piece by piece, you build an identity that isn't into a reaction to a partner's wish list, but an expression of your own architecture. Reality check. Individuation is lifelong, but single seasons gift you a rare runway with the engine noise of compromise turned off. Use it. Journal 10 minutes about the last time you felt completely, unapologetically yourself. Circle any word that sparks heat. Ask, how can I give that part more airtime this week? One tiny experiment a day keeps the borrowed masks at bay. Section 2. Confronting the shadow. Everyone's favorite dinner topic, the shadow. It's the mental basement where you chuck traits you disown: anger, envy, neediness, arrogance. Whatever you refuse to own eventually owns you, usually by attracting partners who act it out on your behalf. Solitude yanks off the lid. No one's around to blame, so the shadow has nowhere to hide. Scroll social for 2 hours, feeling superior to every couple? Smugness, hello, shadow. Binge comfort shows while half hoping in X texts? Desperation, there it is again. Sitting with those feelings without a buffer is psychological H, brutal in the moment, transformative after the sweat. Jung's advice? Invite the shadow to tea. Tonight, list 3 traits you can't stand in others. Then finish, sometimes I, with each one. Sometimes I act arrogantly when I want to feel smarter. Sometimes I'm clingy when I crave attention. Read it aloud. It'll sting. That sting is the sound of integration. Each honest admission shrinks the shadow and hands you a wider range of choices. Single life gives front row seats to this material. You can't blame a partner's dirty socks for your mood. You sit in your own mess. The payoff is huge. When you do date again, you'll spot emotional static before it hijacks the cockpit. You'll also quit hunting for someone perfect, because you'll realize the task was never to find the flawless partner. It is to find someone whose flaws you can calmly acknowledge, because you've already befriended your own. Section 3. Meeting the anima. Animus Jung believed every person carries an inner, countersexual image. Men host an inner feminine figure, anima, women, an inner masculine one, animus. These inner lovers shape whom we chase in real life. Ignore them, and you keep pursuing external mirrors that can never reflect what's missing inside. Notice a recurring type? You swear you'll date laid-back artists, yet keep falling for intense workaholics. That pattern screams unconscious animus demand. Your psyche wants you to integrate the opposite energy you neglect. Solitude amplifies the call by removing romantic white noise, letting you hear the internal dialogue. Single life is the perfect lab to court these figures. Start by noticing what you idealize. Swoon over stoic competence? Your animus values agency. Melt at emotional openness? Your anima craves receptivity. Instead of speed dating to scratch the itch, spend a week cultivating that quality yourself. Admire competence? Finally finish the project you shelved. Crave receptivity? Take a solo dance class and let your body lead. When you integrate the admired trait, the compulsive external chase calms down. Jung sculpted and painted his inner characters at Bollingen Tower. You don't need stone block sketch, journal, or voice note what these characters say. Over months, you build a conscious relationship. Result, you pick partners from wholeness, not hunger. Solitude stops feeling like a prison and becomes a rich inner marriage you carry everywhere. Section 4. Deconstructing the persona. Persona is Latin for mask. Masks are useful. They smooth small talk and keep rent paid. Trouble starts when the mask fuses to your face and you become a cardboard cutout. Relationships often reinforce personas couples bond over mutual roles. The adventurous pair, the productive duo, the savior, and the saved. Single life rips off that Velcro. Jung noticed patients who spent time alone began to question their autopilot introductions. I'm in sales morphed into I'm currently using sales to feel secure while I learn coding. Subtle shift, seismic result identity moves from static title to evolving process. Solitude lets you test drive new answers without a partner panicking you'll bail on the mortgage. Try a 30-day persona detox. Pick one social platform and post nothing. Notice the nakedness, then spot what urges surface. Want to broadcast sophistication, moral virtue, success? Each urge maps onto a persona brick. Every day you skip the performance. You feel the mortar underneath, your raw preferences. At work, swap one automatic line for a riskier truth. Instead of I'm swamped, try I'm learning to stop overcommitting. Coworkers might blink, but you'll feel pounds lighter. Over weeks, you assemble a flexible self-image that survives outside relationship applause. Bonus: when you do couple up, you bring that elasticity with you. You will also stop equating singledom with social death, because you've proven you can stand in a room unmasked and still feel like somebody. Section 5. Tapping the collective unconscious. Jung's biggest mind bender. The collective unconscious, a shared psychic library stuffed with universal symbols. The wise old man, the great mother, the trickster. You don't learn these in school. They arrive ready-made in dreams, memes, blockbuster films. Relationship life can drown them out with constant negotiating. Solitude cranks the volume back up. Why care? Because plugging into these motifs gives you cheat code insight. Life stops looking like a random string of mishaps and starts feeling like a story. You dream of climbing an endless ladder? That's the archetype of ascent, hinting you're in a growth season. Spotify keeps serving crossroad songs? That's the threshold archetype, pushing you to choose direction. Single nights are ideal for deliberate contact. Keep a dream journal. Note repeating images. Ask, where does this show up while I'm awake? Dream of locked rooms? Maybe you're avoiding a chapter. Take a quiet Sunday, light one candle. Free write about the symbol. Let the words get weird. You're downloading material older than your Wi-Fi password. Group Solitude helps 2 Jung-style retreats where everyone's committed to inner work. Find a local meditation circle or dream-sharing group. Swap nightmares over coffee. You'll notice someone else's symbol lights up yours. That's the collective unconscious networking. Eventually, you feel part of a story bigger than in a relationship. Or it's complicated. Dating decisions stop feeling like a frantic hunt for someone, anyone, and become conscious casting choices. Paradox. The more connected you feel to the universal, the less pressured you feel to nail down the personal. Solitude becomes broadband to meaning, not desert island. Quick pause. What idea scares or thrills you most? Drop one word in the comments. Shadow, anima, persona, individuation, collective, and I'll send a resource tailored to that rabbit hole. Your comment also helps the algorithm nudge another restless scroller toward their inner tower. Section 6. Roadmap. Making solitude work. Let's land this plane with a practical game plan. Knowledge without action is just intellectual clutter. So here's how to weave Jungian solitude into a life that still has rent. Roommates, group chats, and little siblings raiding your fridge. 1. Micro retreats. You don't need a Swiss castle. Block 2 hours weekly. Phone on airplane, notebook open. Alternate between journaling, dream review, and active imagination. 2 laser-focused hours beats a vague weekend of mope scrolling. 2. Boundary script. Expect pushback when you skip weekend plans. Keep a short line. I'm in a season of intentional solitude. I'll resurface next week. No apology. People who respect your no are your real tribe. 3. Ritual markers. Humans are ceremonial. Light the same candle, brew the same tea, sit in the same chair. Over weeks, your brain links the ritual to depth, cutting the mental entry ramp from 30 minutes to 5. 4. Integration buddy. Pick one friend who won't fix you. 10-minute voice memo after each retreat. Here's what surfaced. Speaking locks insight into memory and prevents spiritual bypassing. 5. Exit plan. Solitude isn't a life sentence. Set a review date, say 3 months, and ask, am I calmer, less reactive? Am I dating from panic or curiosity? If answers trend healthy, keep going. If you feel isolated or bitter, adjust the dial toward community. Jungian psychology prizes balance, not extremes. So, is staying single the best decision? Jung's answer and mine is it depends what you do with it. Treat solo life like a waiting room, and it feels like purgatory. Treat it like the workshop where you meet the shadow, court the anima, shred the persona, and surf the collective unconscious. And it becomes the most self-defining chapter you'll ever write. And you can always revise later. Relationships entered from wholeness taste different, less starving scavenger hunt. More potluck of already fed people sharing dessert. Even if you stay single forever, you'll wake up next to someone you actually like, yourself. If this shifted your lens even a notch, hit like so the algorithm slips it to another restless scroller. Share it with the friend who keeps apologizing for being unattached. And if you want more Jungian tools from modern life, subscribe. I drop new videos every other Tuesday. Until then, may your solitude be brave, your shadow well-fed, and your love story with yourself absolutely epic. Tap the video on screen to watch How to Talk to Your Shadow Without Losing It. And ring that bell so you never miss a guide to turning psychology into personal rocket fuel.